We are on video number 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are learning Power BI using crypto as the data source. We're learning Power BI using crypto as a data source. This is video number 10, where I am teaching you Power BI using crypto as a data source. This is one of the base videos that I will be using, one of the base courses that I will be using in my Power of the BI Live here in Dallas on May 1st and 2nd, where we will be holding a 2-day live event. So before we get started, let me go into exactly what is Power of the BI Live. Power of the BI Live is going to be a live 2-day event in Dallas, Texas on May 1st and 2nd, where I will be teaching you Power BI Live 8 hours on the first, 8 hours on the second, and at the end of each day, we're having we're having 2 magnificent social events at the end of the day. But with that said, let's jump right into what we are here for, and that is so that we can learn Power BI. For the last 9 videos, we have been working on this particular report. We're going to kind of dress it up just a little bit here in this video. But for the last 9 videos, we've been working on this particular report. And I've got the visual that I wanted to look at, but we're not actually going to look at this visual. So let me actually delete this so we don't confuse anyone. We're actually going to dress this report up just a little bit. Right now, we've got video, we got visuals all over the place. But that's okay. So here's the deal. We're on video number 10. Just real quick, if you were not here for the last 9 videos or so, this video, this Power BI report is going to be a report that I'm going to be teaching in the course Power of the BI Live in Dallas. It's going to be one of the reports that you're going to be able to have in your portfolio, in your Power BI portfolio, because as you already know, I like for you to have actual reports in your portfolio. So when you start interviewing for these jobs, you're not just out there interviewing, you are actually showing work that you can do. In addition to, we're creating fun reports as well, actual, reports that you can actually use, especially if you're in the crypto community. Also, if you're in the crypto community already and these videos have been good for you, do me a favor, go to the YouTube thumbnail. I can kind of hear myself echoing a little bit, so I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. Go to the YouTube thumbnail, screenshot my Bitcoin QR code. Just send me some love, send me a little bit of appreciation, because it just lets me know that you really appreciate what type of information that we are sharing out here. This is actual crypto data that we're using. If you weren't a part of the initial videos, you can go over to the previous videos and watch those videos to learn how to get access to the actual data source and to learn how to bring in the report into Power BI. Today we are not live on YouTube. But if you've already downloaded the data source and you've got this information, you can still follow along. I was having some technical difficulties earlier, so I wasn't able to get to really get set up for the YouTube live today. But that's okay. We're still moving right along to the end of the story. The cops are on my tail and it started to bore me. You know anything about that? That's that Dougie Fresh. You know what I said back in the day. Always been crazy about cars, from Jettas to Jaguars. All right, you don't know nothing about all that. That's okay. But let's go and get busy. Let's jump right into what we are doing so that we don't spend a whole lot of time here. Now, what we did do in the previous videos as well, we went by each row. We went through each row of the visuals that are in the standard standard Microsoft visuals. We went through each row, and I pretty much gave you an idea of what each one of these visuals were. So again, you can go to previous videos and you can see what these actual visuals are. We went down. We had one video where we went through row one. We had one video where we went through row 2. Another video, we went through row 3. Another video, we went through row 4. Another video, we went through row 5. Another video, we went through row 6. And one video, we went through row 7. So we went through each one of these rows in each video, and I identified what those visuals are and how they were used. And I showed you which visuals we used here in this particular report. And of course, I'll do that one more time. We have the KPI, I mean, not the KPI, but we have the line chart that we used here. And since I clicked the line chart, one actually popped up, and that's not what we want to do. So let me delete that. But we click the line chart, and this line chart is what we use. We have the clustered bar chart, and the clustered bar is not the bar, it's clustered column, I'm sorry. We've got a clustered column chart. So this is the actual visual, and this is the clustered column chart that we use. The table visual is here, and this is where we selected the table visual. We selected the funnel chart, and the funnel chart, which was selected from here, and we used it here. We've got the pie chart, and the pie chart we selected from here, and this is the pie chart we used. Then we have the clustered bar chart. Clustered bar is here. This is the bar that we used. We have a slicer visual, and that slicer we used, we pulled from here. We have another slicer that we used, and it is pulled from, once we brought it in, it was here. And then we have a card visual, KPI, key performance indicator, and the card visual we can select from here. Now, if you have any questions in regards to the different types of visuals that we use and how they, well, where do we grab them from, you actually want to see them in the video, go back to the previous video. We went through each one of those visuals. One other thing that I want to show you before we jump into what we're going to do today. These are all the standard visuals that come with Microsoft. Will come with Microsoft Power BI. Now, if you don't already know, Power BI is a Microsoft product, very similar to Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Publishing, things like that. Except for the key difference between Power BI and those Microsoft products is that this is a free product, one, and two, this is a commercial product. This is more of a business product. Matter of fact, I'm not going to say more. This is a business product. If you have a small business, or if you have a business, this is a product that you can use. If you have a Fortune 110, 100 company, this is where companies are going when it comes to data visualizations and data science when it comes to their individual businesses. So, one, this product is free. Two, this product is a commercial product. The other products, they can be used commercially, but they can also be used for personal use as well. But this is a commercial product. This is a business product. Now, I don't work for Microsoft. I have contracted with Microsoft before, but I'm not contracting with Microsoft right now. I don't get paid to sell Power BI. Mr. Microsoft, you out there listening, I have no problem with partnering with you. But this is my particular data visualization tool of choice. There are several different data visualization tools that are out there. This happens to be the data visualization tool that I chose to use to learn, to get better with, and to teach you. Now, again, all of these different visuals that are here, all these different visuals, these visuals are standard visuals that come with Microsoft. And basically, with Microsoft visualizations, they are interactive with one another. What I mean by interactive, if you click on one and it has a reference to another visual, you'll see that it will reference those other visuals. We're not going to go too deep into how they are referencing each other right now. We'll look at that a little later as we continue to build out this report. But right now, just understand that standard Microsoft visualizations do interact with one another. Now, there are a couple of visuals down here that I've worked with before. Actually, one that I know that I've worked with, which is Python, creating a Python visual. Now, don't let this fool you. Don't get spooked out. You don't have to know Python. You don't necessarily have to. You don't have to know Python to build a Power BI report. I just did it just for grins and giggles before. It's actually pretty cool because you get to use some other visualizations, have other visualizations on your report. The only thing that I didn't like then was that the Python visuals were not interactive. They weren't interactive with the standard Microsoft visualizations. They could have changed by now. It's been a little while, maybe a couple of years or so, since I used the Python visual on a Power BI report. Now, again, don't get spooked out. One, you're not going to be learning Python in this particular course, and I don't know why I did that. I'm going to cancel that because I clicked it, and when I clicked it, it automatically brought in the Python information. So of course, if you remember, when you click a visual, it brings that visual into your report. So you got to be careful there. And it could actually it could actually replace report if you got a report highlighted. But with that said, the standard visualizations are interactive with one another. But you don't have to just use the standard Microsoft visualizations, even though, I said the Python is standard. That's one exception that I do know. At one point in time, it did not interact with other Microsoft visualizations. Things could have changed since the last time I did it, but it didn't interact. But this so this is Power Automate. We're not going to get into Power Automate. But these three little dots, these three ellipses here, if we click these, we can go over and we can say import a visual from a file. We can remove a visual. Let's see here. What I want to show you here is get more visuals. That's what I want to show you. Get more. So what I just did was I clicked the three visuals here. And when I click the three visuals, the three ellipses, the three dots, the ellipses, I go to get more visuals, and I don't want to sign in right now. They're trying to make me do some extra work. I'm not trying to do that right now. But bottom line is what you'll be able to do is with Power BI, you can go in and there are third-party sources that are third-party partners of Microsoft, and they have additional visuals as well. And then you can bring in some of their visuals, and those visuals are interactive. The majority, I haven't worked with any of the third-party visuals, the custom, and they're called custom visuals. I haven't worked with any of the custom visuals that were not interactive with Power BI because they were Microsoft partners. But I'm not going to get too deep into that. We're going to move right into what we're here for, and that is one, to clean this Power BI report up just a little bit, and to add one additional visual. Again, I'm adding visual. This is going to be a report that's going to have 16 different visuals that we're bringing into the report. And I know some of you guys, I know you are probably like, well, how are we going to have 16 visuals on this page? And it's going to be tough. Typically, I don't like to have more than, no more than probably about how many we have here, but really no more than about 10, 8 to 10, 8, somewhere about 8. 6 is cool. 6 is a cool little number, but I really want to show you as much as possible on this particular report and not have to keep breaking up a report. And then if you decided you want to take out a visual and dress your report up a little bit differently, that's okay. But right now, what we're doing is we're understanding the visuals. So what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to create a little bit more space here so that we're able to really add some more visuals here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move myself down, and I am going to, the slicer that we have here, which is the name of the different cryptocurrencies, rather than having a list slicer, I am going to make that a drop down. Now, what that allows me to do is I can just make that a little smaller, and you can see we already got more room, but if I click the down arrow, now I still can select the different cryptocurrencies. So rather than making that, I like to make my slicers, list slicers, the majority of the time. Sometimes I go to drop down just for the aesthetics, but for the most part, I like to make it a drop down. Now I'm going to make my volatility score card just a little smaller. I have another slicer here, and I'm going to make this slicer a drop down as well to give us a little bit more space. And you'll see as soon as I make this a drop down, you can see that we get more space. So I'm just going to make that a little smaller. I'm going to, I've got to highlight it so I can drag it. Now we've got that, and I'm going to bring my column chart over. It's not going to be perfect right now. I'm just trying to get more real estate, just trying to use more real estate. Because, you know, just like land, Power BI report, I guess you could make it bigger or make it a little smaller, but for the most part, you know, the space is what you have is what you have. I'm going to bring my line chart over. I'm just going for aesthetics at this point. If I can, I like to have, if I got a column chart, a cluster column chart and a bar chart in the same report, what I like to do is I like to have the bar chart or the column chart the bar chart, the bar chart and the column chart on separate rows. I don't like to put them side by side. It's just a personal preference. It's not something that is written in stone and has to be. It's just something I like to do. Another thing that I like to do is I like to have my table visuals, I like to have my table visuals on the bottom row. Again, this is just personal preference. If you see one of my reports, 9 times out of 10, you'll be like, oh, okay, that's the T's report because he's got certain characteristics that he always has. But it's not something that's written in stone. It's just something that I like to do. And now you see we've got more space. It's looking a little better. And what I can see from the beginning is I can move my table over to the left. If I move this over here and I bring my line chart to the middle, and I can drop down. You see now it's starting to form more of a report type feel or a dashboard type feel if you're used to working with dashboards. It's giving you that type of feel. And we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on formatting the page and designing the page. I done kind of got caught now running down a rabbit hole, chasing a rabbit. But that's okay. And then my card visual, I'm going to bring over here. So now you can kind of see how we can have 16 visuals if we're proper placement, proper Power BI real estate. You can see how we can actually come up with 16 different visuals. So it'll be pretty cool when we get done with it. But what I'm going to do here, I'm not actually going to add another visual to the page per se. I'm going to add a visual to one of the actual visuals. So I'm going to come to the table visual. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to close this filters because it gets, that's not what I don't think we're going to use it today. So I highlighted our table visual, and I'm going to add a visual to the table visual as opposed to another major visual. And again, that's a visual in itself when you add a visual to one of the visuals. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 visuals. Our 10th visual is going to be, we're gonna add an icon visual to the table visual. So imagine if we had cryptocurrency, we're analyzing on a 24-hour basis, and we're saying, hey, if it goes up, we want it to indicate green. If it goes down, we want it to indicate red. Or if it was up in the last 24 hours, it's going to be green. If it was down in the last 24 hours, it's going to be red. Pretty much, we're showing the 24-hour percent change. So what I'm going to do is I got the table visual highlighted. I'm going to come over and I am going to drag in market direction. And now I know that is going to be, you know what, let's put market direction after 24 hours since we know that that's where it's going to be. So then we are, now where do we have that market? So market direction is here. So now we see that market direction and we can tell whether it was up or down, whether it's, 0.06, 0.04. So it, if it's up, it's showing, it's going to show green. If it's down, it's going to show red. So we're going to come over to market direction. We're going to hit the down arrow here. We are going to select conditional formatting and we're going to select icon. I'm going to move myself again. And now we are going to say if it's less than negative 999,999, and we're going to make that a number rather than a percent. And if it's greater than or equal to negative 999, or if it's less than 0, we are going to make this a red circle. And if it is greater than or equal to 1, and we're going to make that a number rather than a percent. And if it's less than 999,999,999,999, we're going to make that a green circle. And we're going to make both of these numbers rather than percent. So we're comparing numbers, not percents. And we're going to delete this last rule and we're going to say okay. And let's see here. Market direction. Now, why didn't, let's see, market direction. That should have popped up. Conditional formatting. Icons. Greater than or equal to negative 999 or and less than 0. It's going to be red. Greater than or equal to 1 number, and it's going to be green. $24-hour percent. Oh, you know what? We did the wrong one. It should be the 24-hour percent change. Is that what we did though? I thought that's what we did. 24-hour percent change. Conditional formatting. Icons. And greater than or equal to negative 9999. And this is a number, and it's going to be less than 0. And this is going to be, oh man, my allergies. This is going to be red. And we have greater than or equal to 1. And it's going to be a number. And it's going to be less than 9999999. And we're going to make that green. And we can't click OK because we're comparing numbers to percent. So we got to compare numbers to numbers. And we click OK. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And as we see right here, let me make my screen just a little bit bigger. We see here, now we have icons showing red. I think it's like little ups, little red, frown, and then I believe we have like some smiley faces if it's bigger than 1. So basically, if it is less than 0, if the crypto is less than 0, we are calling it a smiley face. Otherwise, if it's greater than 0, we're calling it a smiley face. 0.01, let's see, 0.05, I don't know why. So 0.00 shouldn't have anything. 0.01, I'm assuming it's probably rounding to something. Not necessarily sure. But what we're getting here is we are getting, looks like today we're getting a lot of sad faces. Don't look like we have a lot of 24-hour percent changes above 0. So we're showing all frowns. Bottom line here is that we have learned how to put in the icon visual in another visual, being the table visual. I'm not going to get too deep into getting into the weeds, trying to figure out, what's going on here. We could change the values and we could have more smiley faces if we reduce how much the percent change needs to change over in our 24-hour percent change. Not going to get into that right now. All we're really trying to do right now is understand that we can create different visuals within the visual, which being the smiley face and the frown. What we'll probably do during Power of the BI Live, we'll probably do 3. We'll have a red for a certain percent change, a yellow for a certain percent change, and a green for a more positive percent change. But that's all we have here today with this particular video. Again, this has been video number 10 of 16. We are going to be moving towards video 16 as we go forward. But again, we are just using this video as a practice, for the lack of any better term, for me to be able to demonstrate and then show everyone how to create this particular report in Power of the BI Live Dallas. So again, if you are interested, and I hope that you are, I would like to see you at Power of the BI Dallas. All you have to do is go to my website, powerofthebi.com, powerofthebi.com, go up to courses and select Power of the BI Live Dallas. And of course, as I said before, the early bird discount is going on right now. That's May 1st and May 2nd. The early bird discount is going on right now. It will be going on, I believe, until the end of next week. So with that said, I do look forward to seeing you at Power of the BI Live Dallas. I look forward to seeing you win again in the next video.